Hey everybody, today I'm going to go through how to set up the soil lab. So you'll want to kind of go over the procedures in the Schoology resources that I've given you, but I want to show you how this is going to work firsthand. All right, so you're going to need a couple things before you get started here. One, you're going to need a sample of soil. So you want to be very careful that you're actually getting soil out of the ground, not tan bark, not mulch. You don't want potting mix. You want the stuff that's actually in the ground. So go into your backyard, down the street or whatnot, and just take a little spoon with you. I just took a spoon and kind of dug some of that out and put it onto a plate so that we can look through it. You're going to need some water, and you're going to need a bottle, glass or plastic, something that you can see through. This is ideal. But if you've got anything that is like a see-through container, you can use for this purposes. So once you've got all your materials together, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look through the soil. So you're going to make some observations, and don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. But you want to pull out any big chunks like these rocks. You want to throw those out, and you're going to break up the clumps into small pieces so it's as small as possible. Kind of try to like take all the chunks and turn them into smaller little pieces. Remove any rocks, anything that's not soil. You want to go ahead and take those out. You're also going to make some observations, like in here there's a little sprout, so you're going to want to say, you know, if there's any living things, any other material, any worms or bugs or anything like that. You're going to want to make some remarks on that. You're going to record those on the sheet that I've given you in Schoology for recording your lab results as we go. All right, so once you've got your dirt and rocks kind of separated, you're going to fill your bottle with a good amount of the soil, and then you're going to use your water to fill up the container almost the rest of the way. You don't need to fill it completely, but you want it pretty filled. You're going to seal the container, make sure it's sealed really tight, and then you're going to shake it. And I mean shake it like crazy for about 10 minutes. So once you've shaken it for about 10 minutes, you're going to leave it to settle. Put it in just a place where it can stay by itself for about a week. You're going to look at the results for this part of the test next week, so just kind of put that aside. And now we're going to work with the soil that you've got left over here. So what you're going to do, you're going to make some observations. If your soil is really dry, you might have to add a little bit of water to it. But you're going to make some observations, and that was a little bit too much water, so we'll see how that works. Might have to add some more soil, but you're going to add some water to it and kind of see how that changes it. And then you're going to work with the soil. So I'm going to take some of this dry soil over here, and I'm going to work it in my hands. And basically what you want to make is you want to kind of squeeze it, add a little bit of water to it, not a lot of water, until you can make almost like a dough, like a Play-Doh type consistency. All right, so what I've done here is I've made a kind of like a putty ball with my soil sample. So you can see it's kind of smooshy, kind of looks disgusting, but that's what you're aiming for. So you want to work that really well until it's a good, nice ball. You want it to kind of stick together like this. And then what you're going to do next is you're going to do something called a ribbon test. So what you're doing is you're kind of making the soil into this ball in your hands, and then you're going to work it. So you kind of have the ball like this, and then using your thumb, you're going to push the soil out over your finger until it breaks off into a piece like that. And that's called a soil ribbon. So I'll make another one. You want to make like 2 or 3 of them, and kind of push it as far as it can. If it's too wet, it won't work. If it's too dry, it won't work. So you want to make sure you have your ability to kind of create that ribbon here. And then just make like 2 or 3 of them. See how long you can make them until they break off kind of naturally. So you can see here that my ribbons are pretty small. You're going to measure those with a ruler, and then using the flow chart that I've given you, that is going to lead you to see kind of what soil you might have. The next step after you've done the soil ribbons is you're going to take a little tiny bit of soil. like just the little bit in your hands like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to add a lot of water to it. So I'm going to pour some of my water in my hand, and you want to smooth it around and basically make it completely like almost dissolve in your hands. And then you're going to see how it feels. So is it silky smooth? Is it kind of gritty? Is it a little bit of both? And that's going to take you on your flow chart into the next step there to see what kind of soil type you have. All right, so that's the soil lab. If you have any questions about what you need to do for this at home, please let me know. Otherwise, best of luck in getting dirty and gross.